All right. Welcome back to Suburban Black Girl episode 21. Cheers. What are you calling this one?
Let's call this one hair done, nails done, everything did.
Okay. Period.
Because that's what we're talking about is just the beauty and maintenance of being a Black woman, and everything that we go through every month to look and feel as good as we do, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah.
The maintenance is crazy.
Cray. Like sometimes I'm like, who else is spending this amount of money? Like,
I don't know. It's expensive being a woman, but especially a Black woman with our hair.
Oh my gosh. Yes, it really is. It really is. Like sometimes I'm like, is this like normal?
How much you spend?
Yes, it's just so expensive.
Yeah. I mean, I got my nails done yesterday. Nails done, mani-pedi, eyebrows waxed. That was like $150. Got my hair done today. That was probably like $70, $80, I don't remember. Yeah, I need to get lasered at the end of the week. That'll probably be like $120. And that's in 3 days. That's in 1 week.
No, it's insane. Like sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I kind of try to stretch it with my nail lady, and she's like, Ashlyn. So now she has me like on the set schedule. Like you need to come in at least every 3 weeks because I do kind of play sometime. Because I'm like, girl, sometimes I just want to stretch it out a little bit.
Oh, I stretch. Mine's just once a month.
See,
mine's every 4 weeks because I'm like, I'm not spending this more than once a month.
That's what I'm saying. And then it's just obviously spending the time and the effort to like sit there all the time. And then it's like, as long as it takes, it's not always you're in and out in 45 minutes anymore. Like I'm in the nail shop like an hour and a half now.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like, okay. So ready to get into the questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's start with hair care and maintenance. What's your current go-to hairstyle and how much does it cost you to maintain it?
Well, now I've transitioned partially because of you, because I was doing sew-ins. So now I've transitioned to the U part. So yeah, that's been good because it's a lot quicker to install. And I feel like somewhat lower-ish maintenance.
Yes.
And that's probably like, I don't even know, like $150, something like that to get installed, styled, whatever. Yeah, $150 to $180.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. I mean, I've been wearing U parts for the last probably like 5 years. For me, it all started like with the gym, right? And it's like I felt like the weave, all the sweat and
Soaks.
stuff. Yeah. So I'm feeling like my hair was growing out like every 3 weeks anyway. So with the U part wig, it's easy because for those that don't know what a U part wig is, maybe it's more so just like a wig, but it's like the center is cut out. That way you can either wear it like on a side part or a middle part. And it's ready to go. It takes maybe 5 minutes to get it off.
Yeah.
And then honestly, yeah, just the process to sit in the chair and all that. I mean, you're in and out in 2 hours if, your hairstylist is on time and you're moving fast and you probably washed, you did your wash and go before you got there.
Yeah. Heavy on the if.
Yeah. But for me, yeah, that's why I do it because it is the most cost effective.
Yeah.
And it's easy to quickly change my styles and not feel bad about, maybe getting out of my hairstyle every 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's the thing with sew-ins is like, for me, I would want it refreshed, close to once a month.
Yeah.
Because it does start to grow out and then it just never blends.
No.
Right. So yeah, that makes me feel less guilty about cutting it out sooner.
Yeah.
Because you know how they be like, a sew-in should last you 2 to 3 months, and it's just like,
how?
For who?
Yeah.
My hair grows out, and it does not blend the same once it starts growing out. So yeah, no.
Yeah. And then I felt like when I was doing the sew-ins, my hair wasn't always laying the same. Like sometimes, depending on the stylist, they'll pack it more on the front or the side. So it's like it looks big and bulky, but it's like with the U part, you're going to get the same seamless look every time you get it. Because I mean, it's a wig. So it's going to lay exactly the same way.
Yeah.
So that's another thing for me I like. It's like, I know I'm not going to have to go back and get it touched up or fixed because something's off or it's like lopsided or something like that.
Yeah. And just I would assume it's like less tension than a sew-in.
It is.
'Cause that's the thing, them sew-ins be tight. Goodness gracious. You get the little facelift you get after a sew-in is nice, but good Lord, it is tension on your scalp.
No, I agree. And I feel like my hair has grown longer and thicker since I've been doing the U parts. Like, I'm not losing chunks of hair like I was losing when I was wearing my sew-ins. Now it's, of course, like, it's natural to lose like a ball, but before I'm like, it was just gobs of hair coming out. So yeah, like overall, I'm like, y'all are asleep on the U part wigs if you're not doing them. Like it has really changed my life, and I'm like never going back.
Yeah, because I like the idea of a full wig, whatever it is, closure, lace front, whatever. Like I like the idea of having my whole head braided up and protected, and not having to apply any heat. But yeah, it's just trying to make the hairlines look natural and the lace blend. It's not low maintenance. It's not quick.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's always a damn give and take because it's like you got to worry about heat damage with leave out, but then trying to make the lace blend is a whole other issue in itself. So I feel like we can't win.
No, you really can't. And that's the thing. I tried the whole like lace route as well, and it's cute at first, and then it just stops laying. And then you're kind of just like, you can see it. So
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, it's just I try my best to some days like right today have a headband on, or because I'm like I just don't want to play heat in it.
Right.
So I just pick my days because I do put heat to my head a little too much.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think if we lived in a different climate, that's the problem is leave out and Houston humidity do not go together at all.
And the humidity has started.
Yeah. So then what do you, like, how do you deal with that in the summertime?
Great question. I do try to get braids more in the summer, just to help, you know what I mean? Because obviously it's like you're trying to, for me, I'm still trying to like work out and do stuff, and it's like, it's just so hot. So I'll do the braids, or I'll start doing like the half up, half down styles. And then I'll still use like my U-part wigs. I'm definitely not wearing my natural hair at all.
Oh, no.
Maybe if I wanted to just wear it in a, a bun, but absolutely I'm not getting a silk press. It's not even worth the time or energy.
No, because even in the winter sometimes there are humid nights.
Yes.
Even in December.
Yes.
It like literally does not matter. So no. If we lived in like a true winter dry climate, yes, you could totally do the silk press. But here you might get one opportunity in 1 month to have the silk press and have it somewhat last. But
no, literally.
Yeah, no, I agree. I love a good half up, half down in the summer because I feel like that's pretty low maintenance too. And I feel like it's cost effective because the back can just stay braided up and you can just get the top redone.
True.
So like I've had a half up, half down last me like 6 weeks, because I've just gotten the top redone 3 times, like every 2 weeks. So I really like that in the summer. I want to get braids this summer. It's just, one, the thought of sitting in the chair for however long, just for the roots to start growing out in a week or 2. And these Houston braiders want $500, $1,000 for braids.
Yeah, 1,000.
Where your roots start growing out in a week. Like, no. To me, that's not cost effective.
And that's true. That is very true. So I have my hair is like super thick. So I honestly go to like the African like braid shops, and it'll be like 2 of them on my head.
Yeah.
And they'll maybe charge me like $350 maybe. And even that's kind of crazy, but it does last. And I feel like my hair, they know how to like pull it to where it really like lays like it should. Because I'm not paying over $500 for braids for me to sit there 12 hours.
Yeah.
But when I go there, it's like, I'm not gonna lie, they're a little sketchy on the outside, but they get the job done.
That's fine.
Yeah, a little sketchy.
No. I'm not afraid to go to the hood to get my hair done.
Listen, you got to for the right braids and the African braiders. I'm like, they're actually the hidden gems of Houston, honestly. It's those African braid shops. And I discovered them on TikTok maybe like 2 years ago. And that's kind of just where I go. And I just found one I like. And that's kind of what I do because, like, I've tried just like the regular braiders, and it's not worth the time or the money that I've spent.
I might need to do that this summer then, because these Instagram braiders, I'm not paying you $800 for braids. No. I'm so sorry.
No.
I can't.
No.
And it's not Because listen, I'm sure their work is immaculate.
Yeah.
They are taking the time. It's 5 hours, 8 hours, whatever, 12 hours of work. But yeah, it's just not cost effective to
No.
me. So yeah.
I agree.
But yeah, I do want to get some braids this summer.
Yeah. It's cute. I feel like it's just.
Yeah. So cost, heat damage, whatever aside, what, if you had to wear a hairstyle forever, what would it be?
Ooh. Honestly, I like the way like a half up, half down like snatches my face.
Yeah.
If I really could every day, all day, like a half up, half down, because I feel like it just goes with every look. But yeah, I just love the way it just snatches my face, and you do feel better when your hair's like out your face. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So yeah, if I didn't have to think about cost or heat damage or anything, I would say that. What about you?
I agree. For me, it would be that, but especially a ponytail. Obviously,
you
like
really like your
I don't get
ponytails.
them often to not put so much tension on my head, but I like having my hair pulled out of my face. I like it being zero maintenance.
Yeah.
Just wake up and I'm already put together. Yeah, if I want to touch up curls or straighten it a little, fine. That doesn't take long, but I just really like how ponytails are low maintenance, and I do like having my hair out of my face.
Yeah. No, for sure. For sure.
So.
Have you like done any crazy colors on your hair before, or have you just kind of just done like similar to the color you have now, like just like the blonde look? Have you ever
No.
done like a platinum?
No, I mean, I feel like the U part that I've been wearing is the lightest I've gone. Like there's pieces in there that are platinum, but no, I've never messed around. Like this is probably the most I will do as far as color. But I will say, it's because I've basically been wearing this since July, and it's almost April. Like, I don't know. I feel like this is just my color now.
Yeah, I really do like it on you.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be my thing
Yeah.
now, because I was talking about this on TikTok yesterday, but like I ended up on like some side of TikTok where people were talking about color theory and undertones and like what colors look best on you. And like now I'm kind of like fully obsessed with that. So that's part of the reason why I'm keeping the blonde, just because I think it complements my skin tone. But
It
then
does.
also wearing colors that complement like your skin tone and your undertone. And for me, like this hair color. So, because I was such a like black, gray, whatever, like neutrals girl, and I still love black. Like that came from just especially me living in New York. Like I love a good all black outfit, and I would try to steer away from buying color also because it's not really as versatile.
True.
So it's like you buy, like I posted the other day, a bright orange dress. How many uses am I get out of that?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Be like, I see her post out on TikTok
Right.
in March.
Right. So I'm trying to find like the balance of incorporating more color though, because I do think like the oranges look nice, or
Yes,
like even just wearing
absolutely.
like more white, but like more gold. For me,
Creams
like
look good on you too.
creams, yeah, chocolate browns. I was like really into burgundy this winter. So yeah, now I'm trying to figure out like what my spring colors are. Like the orange will work, but like pale yellow one is like trending right now, but like it's really been drawing my eye. So yeah, now when I've been shopping, I've been focused on like what colors actually look good on me, and not just yeah, what I like because it's a trending color or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I think it makes so much of a difference when like the dress can be regular, but like if the color looks good on you, it makes, you know,
All the difference.
yeah,
For sure.
So, and even like wearing gold jewelry as opposed to silver, I've just, yeah, I've been like really obsessed with that whole idea now when I've been shopping and picking stuff out.
No, it's very true. You do have to pay attention to the colors that look good on you, and the colors that make you pop. Because I get comfortable in the black too. It's like, because it's easy.
Yeah.
You know, as often as we're just out doing things, it's just easy to where it doesn't feel like, oh, you just wore that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm loving just all the pops of color I'm starting to see more. Because It does get boring when you just see like the news, the blacks.
Yes, especially
Yeah.
on social media where everyone's wearing and doing the same thing. So,
Yeah. No offense. I was burnt out with like the whole like stalking with the shorts look. You know that look?
stalking with the shorts.
Remember everyone was wearing like the stockings with
Oh,
the
like
shorts?
tights.
Yeah, tights.
Oh, with
Yeah.
like sequin shorts and
Yeah,
whatever.
all
Yeah.
those. I was like, y'all are burning me out with that.
Yeah, that's the thing about social media. Like, I feel like it just encourages groupthink or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, even though I love like makeup and hair and I actually don't follow a lot of those creators because I actually don't want to be influenced.
Yeah, it's
if
easy
that
not
makes
to be.
sense. So yeah, I just try to shop and pick out what, like, oh, this is cute, and call it a day. Yeah.
Because it's true. Like sometimes you see and you're like, oh my god, I want that, and then you're like, what's already put together? I could just buy it all together like they had it.
Yeah.
So I get what you mean. Because it's like you get lost and just like, oh my god, this is so trendy, and then you just start seeing everyone wear it, and you're like,
And I would hate to buy something and post it, and it's just like the same stuff everybody's wearing. So, yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Have you done color
So I used to do color like crazy.
in your hair?
Yes.
What color?
Listen, yeah. Honestly, my friends would be like, when I finally threw away the wig, they were like, thank God. Because I was doing the whole, like, remember that ombre look everyone was doing at first? This was like when we were in college. So this is probably like freshman year.
Where it went from like jet black to orange.
Yes, remember that? Where it was like the ombre, like weave, where it was like black, and then it went down to brown, and then it went from like a dirty blonde to like a
Yes.
platinum blonde. Like, I wore that wig out, okay? To the point, it was black on top and platinum blonde on the bottom.
Oh my God.
And that was my go-to wig for years. For years, I wore that. Well, not years, but you know what I mean. At least at least a solid 2 years, and I wore it so often because it was just like it was me at that time. And honestly, ever since, I think because I burnt myself out for wearing it for so long.
You've refrained from color.
Yeah,
since
because now
then?
I'm scared to where it's like, girl, I give me a little color, and gosh, my friends would be like, oh my god, it's back again. But I keep telling myself I want to get back into wearing a little color. Because I really do.
You should this summer.
I know.
Or like
I
if you
really
get
do.
braids, start with that.
Yeah, but I
know.
do. I'm loving seeing a little color on the girls. I think the main thing is also for me is finding the right stylist that's gonna bring like my idea to life.
Yes.
Cause some of them, like I've seen some of these girls and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to pay, you already have to pay like what, $400 for the bundles. Then to color on top of that is like an extra like $150 or something. And then to install it and put the wig together, I'm
No,
like,
the color is expensive.
yeah, it's like damn
honestly.
near $1,000.
That's why I've been reusing the same hair. Like the U part that I've been wearing lately is new, but I've been reusing this same hair since July.
Yeah,
And now this is just my ponytail hair, and I'm gonna keep reusing it because it's perfectly fine.
yeah.
Because no, once I pay to dye this, it's gonna keep getting reused.
And that's how I feel. But yes, like it for sure is on my to-do this year. I'm like, ugh, I should already kind of start playing with color. It's spring, about to be summer. But soon.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool. So my next question for you is, how has your relationship with your natural hair evolved over the years?
Oh, yeah. I think like growing up in predominantly white suburbia, I don't want to say be as extreme to say I hated it, but like,
Yeah. Right.
yeah, it was uncomfortable having a completely different curl pattern and texture than most of the people I was around. But now as I've gotten older, I'm like, I wouldn't have it any other way. We are so versatile because of our hair. We can do so many different styles. Whereas if people with thinner or straighter hair textures, they can't experiment as much as we can as Black women. So I'm grateful. Like if we want to wear dreads, wigs, ponytails, braids, whatever, bobs, pixie cuts, like we literally can do it all.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for that now. I don't think I always had that appreciation.
No, that's true. I think for me, it's really evolved and changed just because of me going from the climate in California to here. back in California, I was really wearing my natural hair. Like I would wear it like natural, like out with my curls popping, or like in a big like high bun or high ponytail with all my little curls. But I'm not gonna lie, this weather, just my curls don't hit the same.
Yeah, no.
And also I think, I've put more heat in my hair over the years, so I'm just not on that natural journey where I'm gonna cut it and let it just evolve. Like I don't have time for that. But I mean, I'm really confident in my hair. It's just like living in Houston, like we talked about, it's just hard to wear your natural hair out here.
Yes.
I don't know many girls that do. We can occasionally, but it's not something that's just gonna
Yeah.
blast.
I know. I've been thinking about that too. Like, would I try like a curly U part or curly sew-in something this summer? Like something where if the humidity hits my leave out, it's like a similar texture to the bundles. Like, do I want to try that? Or at the very least, I definitely, like if I go the half up, half down route this summer, I definitely want some sort of deep wave. Like I want to try that,
I think that'd be
this
really
summer.
cute.
So yeah, because it's like how living here can we kind of embrace our curls a little more with the humidity and find the bundles that, can kind of mimic that a little bit more so that, maybe we actually can embrace having the hair out like when you lived in Cali. So yeah, I need to do some research on the bundles and different textures.
What do you consider is a low maintenance style, and does that actually exist for Black women?
Well, for me, it's this ponytail. But I would assume, like, I've never had dreads, but I would assume that they're low maintenance.
True, because you're doing maybe a touch up.
Yeah.
I think every 6 to 8 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. It's one of those where it's not as often.
I would assume that that's low maintenance. Or like a wash and go. But even that, I feel like you still have to put effort into a wash and go. I don't know.
Yeah, my friends that do those, it's like they're still having to do those, like maintain it every couple of days and retwist them like every week or so.
No. Even, that's the thing for us as Black women. It's like, even when the style looks effortless, it actually took so much effort.
Child. So much effort. It's like, you have no
just
idea.
to have like a cute curly fro or whatever. It's like you slept with flexi rods overnight or you had like some twists in and then you got to untwist them and still finger coil.
Yeah.
Like all of the effortless styles still take so much effort. Like there really is no just quick hop out and go for us.
That is true. No, that's very true. Yeah. I think for me, my low maintenance is my U part. And it's really low maintenance when my hairstylist has done it for me and it can last me like up to 2 weeks in that same style. I can just recurl it or re-straighten. But that's low maintenance for me because it's like, hey, it's basically already ready to go. But yeah, that's a good point about, especially when I was wearing my natural hair. Gosh, thinking about having to you twist it all up at night and you wake up in the morning and sometimes it lays and sometimes the curls ain't curling. It's like, okay, what did I do last time that I didn't do this time?
No, it's true because nothing is low maintenance because we still have to prep before we go to bed regardless and still got to take something down when we wake up. And I feel like a lot of styles could be low maintenance, but you either live in a humid climate or you want to have an active lifestyle and be healthy, and then you got to deal with sweating. And that is like the biggest like debate as a Black woman is keeping your hair fresh or working out and sweating.
Literally. And it's like, what is, still trying to figure out to this day, like, what is the solution to not sweating out your edges? I don't know if you saw this TikTok. This girl was like, here's a solution to basically not like sweating out your edges. The end result was her edges still poofed out. I said, yeah, because what is it? Like, it really doesn't exist. But,
wait, so was it satire?
Huh?
Was it satire?
Like, and she just...
or was she serious?
No, she was joking.
Oh,
like,
I was about to say.
No, she was trying to say, like, basically there really is no solution.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But one thing that does work for me is as soon as I leave the gym, I'll take like a scarf and tie my edges down super tight because your hair is still moist at that time. And so you like tie it really tight. And then by the time I'm like getting ready to shower and all that, it's like 30 minutes later and my hair's kind of dried. So it lays a lot better. So that's kind of like my little trick. But I mean,
So I've
it's
seen
still-
people saying work out with the headband on tight and don't immediately take it off. Let your hair dry.
that too.
I've never tried that.
I've heard that one as well. Yeah.
I just feel like my head, like I sweat in my head, in my scalp. Like I honestly feel like I sweat more having something on my head because all the heat is just stuck. You know how like wearing hats, the purpose of a hat is
Yeah.
to keep heat in your head. Like anytime I'm putting something on my head, I just feel like it's a
You just feel the heat.
Yes, and it is just stewing.
No, it's definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting. It's just a sacrifice, honestly.
Either way.
But yeah.
I feel like braids are really low maintenance for working out. But again, it's
Hell
like
yeah.
how long does that last before your roots start growing out?
Right.
So
And I did try a keratin treatment recently on my hair, and it did help it a little bit. Like, it helped maintain
no, it did, because I forget where we were when we were out one night and my leave out was just an afro and yours was still bone straight. And I said, what? I didn't ask you, but I was like, what did Ashlyn do to her leave out? Because it has not moved. And mine was an afro.
Well, child, $250 later, okay?
Okay.
See?
So you got a keratin treatment.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was, that's what I'm starting to do lately, is doing those to help kind of just lay it down.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired of going outside and being played with like this. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's embarrassing. You leave the house and your hair is straight, and child, you outside and you're like, oh my God, it's literally a bush.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Oh my God, bro. The night of the rodeo.
No comment.
When
Mine had
I
a bush.
took my cowboy hat
Yeah.
off, my leave out was literally a Brillo pad. When I finally got home and took my cowboy hat off, I was like, oh my God, the humidity was just stewing underneath there.
No, I feel like that night a lot of us felt that way about our hair. Like, I just remember, like, I literally had, my hair was just on my back. Like, everyone was trying to, literally, like, my cousin, Jalen trying to help me. Like, I was like, guys, just stop touching it. It's a done deal. Like, we're going to go home. Like, I don't know what else to do with her.
Ooh, Chile.
Sometimes you just have to say, well, it is what it is, honestly.
Literally.
What's one self-care service you cannot ever go without? Ooh, that's hard.
For me, the two things that come to mind are facials every couple months, just because I'm a big makeup girly, whatever, but your makeup only looks as good as your skin does.
True.
So, and also, as much as I really like makeup, I also really like wearing my bare face most of the time. And so for me, I feel most confident when my skin is clear.
Yeah.
So having the regular maintenance of a facial just to like detox, extract everything out, I think for me is crucial, but also underrated and not as often is the fact that my eyebrows are microbladed, because that for me completely changed my face. Because I have like no tails, like my hair just pretty much ends at the tail. And so I would say, but that's like honestly, I got it touched up a year ago and I don't even need to get it touched up anytime soon.
Oh, wow.
So I would say that's honorable mention only because I don't have to do it very often,
Yeah.
but it was very impactful as far as when your eyebrows are done in the right shape that complements your face, it completely changes your face, especially if you don't like to wear makeup every day.
Yep.
It's nice because it's like your eyebrows are done.
Yeah.
But also if you do like to wear makeup, then it's just one less step that you have to do. Because I feel like when you really, really, really have to draw your eyebrows in when you do your makeup,
yeah.
that takes up time. So.
No, literally. That's so funny you say eyebrows, because I was thinking the same thing. Like, when my eyebrows are not done, I do not feel, nor do I look my best.
Crusty.
Yeah. Like, there's something, it gives you a glow. Like, every time I get up from that chair, it's like, oh.
You're revived.
Yes, I'm like, thank you for bringing me back, girl. But yes, I think the same thing about my eyebrows. Like, it's so important to me. I don't really do all the extras on my eyebrows, so it's like, just get me right and I'll just fill in the rest. But yeah, my eyebrows are one thing where it's like, gotta get those done.
It makes or break your face, your eyebrows.
Does. It does. It's a whole 360. Like the second you sit up, like I'm telling you, my skin literally looks different. Like it's glowing more. Like I don't know if it makes the blood rush or what, but it does something.
Not
okay?
the blood rush.
Like something happens. Like the face is glowing. Okay. I think one of the other things for me that it's hard to live without, lasering.
Oh, child. Yes, that
Yeah.
should have been number one.
Because it's like, who wants to always shave, right? No matter what part of your body it is. It's like, if you know it's you're lasering, obviously your hair is not growing back as quickly and it's not as thick. So for me, that's been my saving grace. Like I literally laser head to toe. I'm a little more hairy, unfortunately. So like my face, like I have to do everything. But that's been my saving grace because I've, of course, shaved my face and threaded and waxed, like my mustache and all that. But it's like, no, just get it threaded because if not, it's literally just going to grow back thicker and it's going to grow back quicker. So, yeah, I think the narrative, though, like with threading is like, oh, it's so expensive. But when you really break it down.
Oh, with laser?
Yeah.
No, because
really
if people are
not.
paying $50, $55 a month for a wax, you could have just bought a laser package.
Right.
Because eventually you don't have to go anymore or nearly as often.
Right.
But you're just going to continue to pay $50 every month to get wax. No. But
Exactly.
I didn't even think of that. And for me, that almost might be number one because I feel like especially as a Black woman with waxing, shaving, whatever, I just feel like my ingrowns would get so bad and they leave dark marks. And for me, that made me feel really insecure wearing a bikini.
True.
And so I would shave and would have razor bumps. Then I switched to waxing, which was, for me personally, was worse than shaving.
Yes.
And finally, when I switched to just lasering it all off is when I finally felt like my skin was clear, my bikini line was clear, and I felt, I could feel confident wearing a nice little V bikini because that was not fun. And
No, you're right.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just being Black in our skin, but just the dark marks that are left behind from ingrowns. No. Yeah,
No,
I would say
exactly.
lasering really changed. Like, fine. I love it for the convenience for like my legs and my underarms,
Yes.
whatever. But like, it was life-changing from a confidence perspective as far as my bikini line.
No, same. And then you're like so much smoother everywhere. You know what I mean? Like it gives you like that baby bottom feeling, literally. So yeah, of course it's a little painful, but it's like, girl, a pap smear is painful.
No.
So it's like, beauty is pain. That's all I
is.
just told myself. Beauty is pain.
But
so.
it's worth it. It's worth it for the confidence boost that it
For
gives.
sure.
And I would take laser pain over waxing pain.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like I've never did my bikini wax, but yeah, the eyebrows was enough. I was like, I'm good.
Oh no, bikini
No, I'm good.
No. The lips of a bikini wax? No.
Yeah, I don't.
I would rather take the pinch, the little zap of a laser. Even that still hurts in certain areas.
Right.
And I don't know about for you, but for me, as far as like first time, my armpits were almost more painful than the Brazilian.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I was like, oh, I was not expecting this because what could be more painful than that?
Right. And it's weird. No, because you're right. Like sometimes for me, the armpits are more painful. It's weird. But also I noticed when you go around your cycle time, you're more sensitive. And they say that. So if you go around your cycle time, they also say that it's a little more painful. So now I try to go when I'm not around my cycle just because I be in there fighting for my life.
Yeah. No, I feel bad. Cause like, yeah, no. Cause then when I get nervous, like I start sweating and I feel like I'm like an ass sweater, honestly, and it's very embarrassing. But they're like, oh, do you have any lotions or I'm like, no, I showered right before I got here. They're like, thank you. I'm like, cause imagine freaking somebody spreading their legs. Like I feel like it's disrespectful to not try and shower as close to the appointment as you can. And also embarrassing. Like when I first started and I lived in New York, I had no choice because I would just go straight after work. But like working from home, I'll try and shower and shave right before the appointment because I just feel like it's the right thing to do.
Hey, please. No, they'll be like, butterfly.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Have you ever gone when you had your period?
Honestly, no, because I just feel like that's kind of embarrassing and I wouldn't want to go. And it's like, girl, are you so for real? You know what I mean? I've gone when I've been spotting before, but also once I learned the trick of like, it hurts more around my period, I just stopped
avoided
going.
it?
Because I did it like before when it was around a few times and I was like, oh no, like it was too much for me.
Yeah.
And then I know, of course, they're just kind of like, oh, we don't really recommend it. And it's just kind of like, I wonder how crazy
Oh, do they
people
say
get
that?
it. What?
Oh, I feel like I've only had the experience of girls being like, girl, I don't care.
Really?
Like they're used to it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know they would want that.
Yeah. I mean,
I think maybe it's more of a me thing. Maybe I'm just like,
I agree. I agree.
Because, child, that's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, they look at vaginas all day.
Literally. Do you budget for your beauty and self-care or do you just swipe and go? Not the laugh.
The things that I get every month are part of my budget. So hair, nails, laser's not every month, but it could be every 6-8 weeks for a touch-up, whatever. So I feel like those 3 things are in my like monthly budget. Yeah, so I guess so. Yeah, I do. I would say the only thing that maybe isn't is like when I get my microblading touched up, but that's just on a whim whenever it's time, because I don't know when it starts to fade. It just depends. So I guess, yeah, I do.
Yeah, I mean, I think overall, like, I know I'm getting certain services every month. And then from there, I'll kind of throw in a little this or a little that. But I mean, I don't, like we talked about before, my budget right now, I need to get back to that. But you know, baby steps.
Yeah. I will say some things that maybe aren't in my budget because they're not as frequent as like when I want to buy new bundles. Like that's not, but that could be a cool $350, whatever. And sometimes when I do want to get a facial, that's typically just on a whim.
Yeah.
If I feel like I'm breaking out and it's like, okay, it's time. But yeah, definitely my hair, eyebrow wax, nails are in the monthly for sure.
If you had to estimate how much you spend per month to feel like yourself, what would it be?
I need a calculator.
I don't actually want to, I don't even want to add it up. It's make me sick.
I mean, mine could be like 400, but for me, feeling like myself is also like having a cute outfit. So are we including that?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Like, I feel like that limit could be anywhere from like 500 to 1,000. Because it could vary.
It depends on the month.
Yeah.
It depends if you're getting ready to go for a trip.
Correct.
It depends if it's a month where you're doing something that only occurs, like for me, the microblading touch-up. That's only once a year. Or a facial, for me, that's only every couple months. So it varies by the month.
Right.
For sure.
No, for sure. And then I'm thinking like, I haven't even factored in like the gym.
True.
I was taking all those little gym classes and stuff. So like that's something else. That's where it's like, I mean, it makes you feel good, right? So you kind of have to factor that in as well if that's something that you do. And it's like,
True.
I really don't want to add that up.
Also, like for me, even my skincare is expensive.
Yeah, you do way more on skincare than I do.
I try to just buy it when it's on sale, which is what I just did this past week. Some stuff I bought directly from like the website because they were doing friends and family. And next week, the Sephora sale, that's when I stock up. But like, yeah, my vitamin C serum, I didn't even realize, I swear they must have raised the price because I was on the website and I was like, $62. I said, I pay that? Like, but every time I stop using it and then I start using it again, I'm like, why did I stop using this? It like worked so well. But I'm like, Jesus, this is silly. Yeah, I stock up when it goes on sale, like 30% off. Cause no, I will say for me, it's also skincare and replenishing that and sometimes makeup products. But for me, my makeup, I have a mix of high and low. Like there's actually a lot of drugstore products that I really do like. And I was thinking about that when I was doing my makeup before coming here was like, I really just want to find all of the drugstore dupes because people say, like, a lot of these parent companies have, like, let's say it's like L'Oreal or Maybelline,
Yeah.
whatever. It's like one of them like also owns Lancome,
True.
you know, and a lot of people are like, it's the same formula with different brands. So I feel like I want to get more into like, okay, what's the dupe that's at Target? Because it's like, why am I paying this much? And it really, a lot of times with makeup, especially, it really is about technique and a lot of times not about the product. And so, yeah, because I really do have a lot of drugstore products incorporated into my routine too. So, yeah, makeup can be expensive.
Oh my gosh, like literally so expensive. And at one point I was like going crazy and buying like that 10-step skincare routine from Sephora and buying all these crazy expensive products. And I was like realizing I'm like my skin is actually just like I was thinking it was so glowing and I still didn't feel hydrated. But now I think I've got it down to a science to where I have a few products that I use that are like more high end, and then I have a few that are like more like drugstore. But the main thing I realized it was just kind of like my nutrition and my diet, like drinking the proper waters and stuff like that, and not putting all this crap on my skin and thinking it's gonna save the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I realized. But yeah, it all that stuff really can add up when, especially if you get on that like Sephora Ulta trip where you're just kind of like you feel like you have to have all these skincare products and all these high end
The
makeup products.
overconsumption is crazy.
Yes.
Because it's like once you find something that works, like you really, really don't need to
Correct.
try something new.
Yeah.
And once you figure out also when and why you're breaking out, I feel like that helps too. Because like for me, it's mostly hormonal. It's
Yeah.
for me, it's two things. It's either hormonal, I'll break out right before my period. I know it's coming, whatever. Nothing I can really do about that except try to just treat them and make sure they don't leave a scar, whatever. Or because when I do wear makeup, I cake it on, I have to make sure I'm getting it all out of my pores. Otherwise, that's clogging my pores and making me break out. But it's like once you narrow down why you're breaking out and you can treat it, like you don't need 8,000 products. You need what you need.
Correct.
And that's it. So,
no, literally, literally. And wait, that's another thing we forgot to factor in the budget, vitamins.
yeah.
So important to take your vitamins. Like I take a few different things, but it's like as we get older, you've got to literally take your vitamins. It does make the difference. So yeah, I'm realizing we're putting all these products in our face, but then I started realizing I'm like, once I started doing the internal work and figuring out like, no, what am I consuming and putting in my body? That's when it's like, all right, I'm gonna spend more of my money towards like my vitamins and like the proper nutrition and diet. And then like the makeup products and the skincare products I'm using, it's like down to a minimal now. Now it's like, okay, I think I finally found what the issue was. But
Yeah.
that's really also what it is too. Like vitamins are so important and making sure you're taking the proper vitamins to just feel and look your best. Cause child,
No, a lot of
Everything's
it is internal. And I did forget. I feel like the third for me sometimes is stress,
yeah,
breaking out.
yep,
But I agree. It's like your water intake. I started putting collagen in my tea every morning because once I turned 30, I was like, where's all the anti-aging?
where?
So, yeah. But also, I feel like I've talked about this before, but like, whatever, a couple years ago when I first moved to Houston, and you know, there's something to do Monday through Sunday. So it's like that was back when I legit was probably going out Thursday through Sunday. And my hangovers were just lasting longer and longer. So I started taking liver supplements,
Oh,
but it incidentally like was making my skin more clear because I was getting more toxins out of my body. So that was not on purpose. But speaking of vitamins, yeah, it goes to show it's internal, a lot of it too. So yeah.
No, it really is. It really is. So that's just like what's been my lifesaver right now is the vitamins and the type of water I drink.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, I mean we're getting older and things are changing, things are shifting.
Yeah.
So any little thing I can get to just make myself feel better, I'm like, all right, let's do it. Like I'm more like I'm in my holistic era right now.
Period.
Cause whew, The body's declining.
No, seriously. And even like grocery shopping, that's another thing.
Woo!
Like, cause I now just get so skeeved at, like, whatever. If I'm getting packaged stuff, I'll get that from Target. Like if I want like my Skinny Pop or my Olipop, whatever, that is what it is. But when it comes to like my meats and vegetables and stuff, I'm going to like a Central Market or a Whole Foods, whatever, like, cause even that, it's just when you really start looking into it and whatever, all the hormones and whatever, I've started to become very skeeved out by a lot of that. But those grocery stores are not cheap either. And that also, it literally factors into the way you look, you feel, whatever. And so, but also even, well, not me, but even cooking more
Yes.
actually feels better. I physically feel better than eating out all the time. So, yeah.
No, for sure. For sure. And, as you know, Blake, I'm a gluten-free, dairy-free girly.
Yeah. No, and I'm sure you feel better when you cut that out.
Yes, but it's not cheap.
Yeah.
I be in that grocery store fighting for my life.
Yeah.
Even going out. But I mean, I do cheat sometimes. I'll eat dairy or gluten, but I regret it later. But yeah, like it's one of those things where it's like I feel so much better. I don't feel as bloated and just like disgusting or just heavy after eating certain things. But yeah, it really is like you are what you eat.
It's expensive to be healthy.
It's so expensive, but I feel the difference in my body and I'm like, I just have to keep this up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even like a lot of fast food, like I really don't eat fast food anymore, but I can't even eat Chick-fil-A anymore. Chick-fil-A does not feel the same on my body. Neither does Cane's. I don't know if it's age or maybe if they're changing some of their products, but like down to stuff like that, like child, you know this about me. I don't care what time it is. I'll come home late at night if I'm out. I will just make me some scrambled eggs and go to bed.
Oh my God, this girl loves eggs.
Screw that McDonald's. Screw that Wendy's.
That is not, no. I'm sorry.
It's a protein. It's a protein. I feel so
if
good.
you get home drunk, I need something greasy and carb filled, like eggs.
I know. I think I'm. I don't know. Something's wrong with me because I don't know what that is about me. I will go home and scramble me some eggs, y'all. 3 eggs, all I need. I'm good to go. I'm satisfied. I'm full.
No, I need French fries. Salty carbohydrates. I need French fries.
Listen,
That's the first thing I ask for. Once I've had several drinks, it's like, no, French fries, please.
Oh my gosh. No, I get it. It's just, I don't know. I think because when I would get the fast food, when I would be hungover like that, just drunk that night, I would find myself like throwing up the food.
The next morning?
Or that night.
Oh, I'm not a thrower-upper at all.
I
I actually wish I was because I wouldn't be as hungover.
Correct.
I don't throw up, so I literally just suffer the whole next day because it's just sitting.
I see, yeah. For me, it's the hookah. It's the hookah, for sure.
I will say two things. Not smoking hookah and switching from tequila to cognac, no hangovers for me.
Yeah.
Because it's all of the additives in the tequila. And yeah, I don't know what it is about. But it's also hookah from certain places. Because if we're at my house and we made the hookah,
we're fine.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
So I don't know what these people are doing at some of these restaurants with the hookah. But yeah, I almost have to refrain from it now because of it does. A lot of times it is the hookah the next day that makes me feel terrible.
Yes, like that is for me. Like my worst nights, it's when it's like the mix of just having like overconsumption of the alcohol and the hookah, and it's just like, gosh, like I wake up, I'm like, oh my gosh, why'd I do that?
Regretting life.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be glad when my hookah air is over.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you weren't in control of when it's over.
It's hard, Blake. You know I love my hookah. But yeah, eventually it's going to come to an end. And I love that for me when it happens. It'll come and it's just,
it doesn't have to. Everything in moderation.
I know, but eventually it's one of those things that I want to really give up for good.
Okay.
I can't believe I'm saying that.
I support your journey.
Yes. My journey to... Oh, gosh. Do you feel pressure to always be on point when you step out?
Oh, sadly, I feel the opposite living here.
Yes,
Like
agreed.
Houston is not, but I feel like from the outside looking in, people are like, oh, Houston got the baddies. Like, you got to be on your P's and Q's. I feel like a lot of girls feel that way, where it's like there's so many baddies in Houston. Like, you need to have your hair right, your makeup right, da da da. But for me, where I've lived in big cities like New York City and I've lived in LA, no, like, I feel like there, you feel the pressure to put that shit on. Here, I go out in sweats.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, I actually don't feel the pressure in Houston. Like,
No.
I just face card.
Hello.
I feel like is all you need.
That's all you need is a
here.
face card,
I don't.
right.
I actually don't feel the pressure here. And ironically, here I feel the opposite, where I want to put that shit on, and sometimes I do, and then I go to places and I'm gonna stand out like a sore thumb because nobody else has that shit on. Like, I feel like I walk into places looking like Hillary fucking Banks or something, and I look like I'm a bougie bitch standing out like a sore thumb here. Whereas if I was in New York or LA, no, not at all.
Yeah.
But I feel like oftentimes here, I'm like, after dinner, I'm like, I want to go home and change because I'm going to look overdressed.
For sure.
So I actually don't feel that pressure here. I'm like, I want to take these heels off and put sneakers on, because why am I walking into this place where people are driving the boat and smoking hookah and I have on a midi dress and heels and a designer bag? Anyway.
No, I mean, you're very right. That's so Houston. I definitely think the shift with Houston, the way people dress here, was COVID. Because when COVID hit, everyone was outside, but it's like the city's basically closed, so everyone was just like out in their like sweatpants and like a hoodie type vibe. So I felt like that is definitely when I saw the shift in just like the attire everyone wears when they go out. To now it's like most people are like, they still don't care. But no, I agree. I mean, if I put it on, I put it on. If I don't, oh well. Like, no one's gonna look at you like, why is she got? What's wrong with her? If anything, I think they look at you more when you're overdressed.
No, that's exactly what I feel. More uncomfortable when I go places and I'm overdressed.
Correct.
Because I look like I don't belong.
Yeah. No, literally.
Not that I'm trying to dumb myself down, but yeah, I literally would rather go home.
Yeah.
And change.
No, for sure. Like, for sure.
I also feel like here, because I feel like we've been having these conversations around dating and stuff too. It's almost like when you do walk into a place overdressed or whatever, I feel like you almost attract the wrong attention. Well, I mean, it depends on what your goal is for the night. You could attract the right attention and get yourself in a section and da-da-da. But if I feel like for me, there was a shift when you're actually trying to attract someone healthy that's going to be interested in you for you. It's really less about putting that shit on.
Yeah.
Because then you're not attracting people solely based off of the way you look.
Correct.
So that's also ironically why I've actually cared less about putting that shit on to go out. Because a lot of times I feel like the mindset is put that shit on, hair done, nails done, everything did, because you don't want a dusty.
Right.
So you need to be put together, which, yeah, I get that to a certain point. But for me, when I had so many negative experiences only attracting people who cared about me for the way I looked, then it was less about that. So I don't know. It's a balance. I don't know.
No, that's very right. Because I think depending on what you have, you attract certain things or different things. Like, I feel the most more confident when I'm dressed just like this. And if you want to approach me, great, because that means you're looking at me past like the surface, right? And
Exactly.
It's like, let's just not base each other off of just appearance alone. Like, get to know me and then see if you like me or not. But yeah, I totally agree with that. I think you do attract a certain type of person when you're just like got all that shit on. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, that's very, very true. And I don't think when I've had that shit on, have I ever attracted anyone worth my time past that night.
Right.
Like, they've all been a joke.
Yeah. And I do think women should wear what they want to wear.
Right.
But yeah, it's also interesting for me, in my current relationship, what I was wearing when we met, I was wearing a turtleneck.
Stop playing.
So, yeah.
Period. Caught him in a turtleneck.
So, but like, I don't even want to share that and go down the line of thinking like, oh, women shouldn't be wearing tight, revealing clothing because, yeah, you're only going to attract a certain, like, no, I'm going to wear what I want to wear.
Yeah.
But I will say sometimes I don't like wearing tight stuff because I don't want that attention.
Yes.
You know, so it's kind of annoying, actually.
No, for sure. Like, for sure. Like, it's like, let's be honest. If you're going to have things that are revealing, you're naturally going to attract men. You're showing something, right? So they're going to attract you. So I feel the same way. It's kind of like, if you want me, you'll want me, regardless of what I have on. But yeah, it's true. Like, whatever you have on, it will attract certain type of men.
Which is freaking annoying because some stuff is really cute and it's not even about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I just got so fed up with a certain, not that I never wear anything revealing, but even just if you're wearing something tight and whatever, but I don't know. Yeah, I just feel like I just got so fed up with that. And then being here, it's just like, I'm happy to go out in sweats.
Literally, like, don't mind that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think this has been a really fun episode.
Yeah, that was cute.
Very cutesy.
It's expensive being a girl.
It definitely is. Until next time, guys.
All right, see you next week.
Bye.